Okay, so we were wondering if you think it was fair if we took the top 10% GPAs of people in your class and redistributed them to people that needed a GPA to pass to graduate or to get into their favorite college. Do you think that'd be fair?
I absolutely think that's fair
Why?
because I think together we can graduate, not separate.
Would you sign a petition asking Duarte if we could do that?
Absolutely. But I'm going to read it first.
Thank you. This is a petition asking Duarte if he will take the top 10% of the people's GPAs in your class and redistribute them to people who want it or need it.
Insufficient for graduation. Outside of these students, Chelsea, race, whatever. Hereby petition the grant administration redistribute these by taking points for students in the top 10%. I'm not in the top 10% anyway, so this is probably good. All right.
I know, this took me a year to copy.
What's the date?
Today is the 4th, yes. It's a petition asking Duarte if he'll take the top 10% GPAs in your class and redistribute them to everyone else, so that way that those people can graduate and get into the college they want.
Huh.
Hey, where's Bill? I really want some.
Liberal America.
Signing a petition asking Duarte if you're going to take the top 10, if you'll take the top 10% of people's GPAs in your class and give them to everyone else who needs it in order to graduate or get into the college they want. You've already signed this? Who's already signed this? Well, we actually have a really large list. All these people have signed it.
How many of them are in the top 10% of the class?
I do not know.
James?
James, Mitchell, yours truly.
Stanley? Why are you guys signing this?
Because we think it's fair to give everyone else a chance.
Here's what happens. You don't get into college you want to get into. And you work for it.
So you would say completely no against signing this?
I would say kill the kids with less than 10% of the GPA. But
anyone else have any opinion on this?
I'm with him.
With him?
Can we do this?
No, don't sign it.
Don't sign it?
No.
Same reason?
Hey,
All right,
if
these
I
people
sign
worked
it,
hard
are we
for the
gonna
GPA. They should keep it. And if they want to, go ahead. It shouldn't be forced. There's no forced interaction. I mean, if they want to give it away, sure.
get the government out of it, right, Sam?
Exactly. Libertarian for life.
Okay. Daniel, anything?
Party.
Party?
No opinion. Don't do it.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Signing a petition asking Duarte if you'll take the top 10% GPAs, GPAs in your class, and give it to other people so they can graduate or get to the ideal college, like the college they want. Do you think that's fair?
I don't think it's fair because those kids earned it themselves and they shouldn't just give it away to those who haven't tried or given an effort to even get there. So.
Anyone else have a differing view?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. Do you think it is fair, or do you think it's okay if we take the top 10% GPAs of your class and give it and take some of their GPAs and redistribute it to other people in your class?
No.
No? Why?
That's obvious.
Obviously, we'll explain it to the people
That's cheating. There are a bunch of cheaters in the world.
So you think that giving some other people's GPAs so other people can have it is cheating? Even if, let's say, there's certain people aren't as smart as other people. It's just the way God made them.
Well, then that's the way God made them. Doesn't mean you have a free way of life.
Okay.
Scholarships. The Bible says you don't work, you don't eat.
Okay. So you guys aren't gonna sign this?
What is it?
Oh, you gonna actually read it? Some people don't read it. It's kind of sad.
Oh yeah, you can have that. Probably because people don't care.
Okay. Thank you, guys. We're wondering if you think it'd be okay if we took the top 10% GPAs in your class, so people with the top 10% GPA, and give some of it to other people so that we can graduate or get into their ideal college. Do you think that's fair?
No,
Why?
because if you're lazy, you don't deserve to go to your college.
Well, let's say certain people have certain advantages depending on where they grew up, where they live. Do you think that factors into any of it?
No.
No? So you will not sign this petition asking Duarte to do this?
No, I won't. I won't.
Sam will.
Would anyone else want to sign this? It could help your GPA.
I would.
Why? Why would you want to sign it?
Saw 2.0 right here.
Just because, I feel like I could help out other students by giving that extra 10%.
2.4.
So will you sign this? Will you sign it? Here you go.
No doubt it is mine.
It's a, yeah. It's a petition asking Mr. Duarte if he'll take the top 10% of people's GPAs in your class and then redistribute it to other people who like need it to like help you graduate or to get into your ideal college.
I'll sign that.
You'll sign that?
I'll sign that. I will sign the crap out of this.
So do you think this is fair?
Signing this or what Mr. Duarte has planned?
The reason you're signing this, so yeah, what Mr. Duarte has planned.
Very.
Why?
It's just the American way, you know? When the founding fathers founded America and they left Iraq, I think that's what they wanted.
Okay, thank you. Do you think that it'd be fair if we took the top 10% GPAs in our class and gave it to people, like took some of their points and gave it to other people so that they can graduate or get into their ideal college? Sure. Sure? Do you totally understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. So would you sign this petition asking Duarte to do this? Say no. Sure. Sure, I'll do that. Say no, Kirtland. So you think it's fair that we took some other people's GPAs and give it to others?
Fair, but I wanted them to graduate.
You're fine, hon. Do you think it's fair?
Attention!
Why?
It is Sam's birthday. Thank you. If you could all sing him happy birthday, that'd be great.
Do you have a reason why it's not fair?
Yeah, because the people that got good grades, it's not fair to them because they worked for it, and the people that didn't work for their grades. So I don't see why they should graduate if they didn't deserve it.
Okay, so thank you. Oh, we are asking Duarte if he'll take the people with top 10% GPA in your class and give some of their GPA to other kids in your class so they can graduate or they have the GPA to get into their ideal college. Do you guys think that is fair?
What happens to the people with the high GPAs?
Well, they lose some of their GPA because they gave it away.
That's not fair.
Why is it not fair?
Because they work so hard for their grade. It's not fair if they just give it away to people who slack off in their classes.
What about, like, you have to take into fact that there's certain people that, like, have different circumstances, different lives at home, different incomes, different stuff like that. Do you think that factors into it?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you think it's fair still, like with those certain people that don't have that advantage that other people have? Do you think they can still get that GPA, or do you think it's the people who have a better advantage should give them some of their like GPA?
I mean, I think it's to their advantage, but I still don't think it's fair because they can work like harder they can like stay at school later or maybe even ask their teachers and explain to their teachers what's going on and find different ways to work out with their situation than just kind of just let their situation affect it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah?
This is communism.
Life is hard. Get your own
No!
So will any of you guys sign it? No? No's across the board?
I'll burn it.
Worth anyone's time who cares about their grade.
That sounds like me.
Okay. Well, what we're asking is we're signing a petition going to ask Duarte, our academic VP, if he's willing to take the top 10% of people's GPAs in your class and give them to other people so that they can graduate or they can get into their ideal college. Do you think that's fair?
Not only do I not think that's fair, it's fair. It's unfair to both groups of people because you could make the argument that it's only unfair to the top 10% and it's removing their GPA, and you could say, oh well, it's not affecting them that much. It's really only benefiting the people with lower GPAs. When in actuality, a program like that would encourage the lower GPAs. It would encourage people who are only getting by to work even less for the grades that allow them to just get by. It won't encourage people to work harder so that they can meet higher benchmarks. It will only encourage them to work less so that they can continue to do the bare minimum. So I would say that I'm not in support of a program like that.
Thank you. Anybody else have any thoughts?
Nope.
No? So would you guys be willing to sign the petition or no?
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what the petition is for?
That petition is in support for the thing that I just argued against.
I wasn't listening.
Okay.
I was listening to what he said, but I wasn't listening to what no, don't. What you said?
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Cheating. Okay. So we're signing a petition to ask Mr. Duarte if he'd be willing to allow the top 10% of people's GPAs in your class and take some of their points and give it to other people in your class so that those people can graduate or get into their ideal college. Do you think that is fair?
It is fair and it isn't fair at the same time. Those people earn their grades, and to take it away from the people with the higher GPAs would it lower it?
Yes, it would take away from the top person's GPAs and lower it a few points to give to the other people so their GPA can get heightened a couple points.
If it's only a couple points, like it wouldn't go down to lower than 4.0, then yeah, that'd be okay for me. But if it went lower than that, like the person with the highest GPA wouldn't be able to, then that wouldn't be okay.
Would you be willing to sign this petition asking Duarte? There's more petitions or more signatures. All those people signed it.
Oh my goodness.
Would you be willing to sign this to ask Duarte to do this?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. There you go. Signature. Sorry. Thank you. Does anyone else want to sign this petition?
Can I ask a question about
Yeah, you definitely can.
Wouldn't it be easier just to tutor them?
That is a possibility. So, yeah, that's a good question. But do you think that certain people who can't get tutoring or aren't willing to go to a tutor, do you think that they should still get helped?
Or we could just.
Willing to go to touring, that's their fault.
There is an event on Saturday for tutors, right? Why not offer more of those instead?
No.
In place of this petition?
Indeed.
Okay. Thank you. Does anyone else have anything to say? Anyone? Thank you all. Petition. We're asking Mr. Duarte if he'll allow us to take the top 10% of people's GPAs in your class and redistribute them to other people in your class so they can meet the graduation requirements or get into their ideal college. No?
You come into the She's like, I'm not going to print that transcript. No.
No? Why?
You know it's silly. You had to for your own academic merit.
Take the top 10% of the class. No, go ahead. Tell me again.
Okay. Sorry, it's a little convoluted. We were going to ask Mr. Duarte if he'd allow us to take the top 10% of the GPAs in your class and take some of their points and give it to other kids so that they can they can graduate or they can get the GPA to get into their ideal college.
Redistribute the wealth.
Yeah.
Do you think that's okay?
Well, I don't think that's okay because how is that fair to the ones that have worked so hard to earn that GPA? Is that really fair? Do you think it's fair?
Personally? No.
Then why'd you sign it, Corey?
Shh.
Just kidding, sorry.
Okay, thank you guys.